Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Picture This Movie Reviews, where this week we're going to be reviewing my pick, which was Blade Runner 2049. So we're going to kick off the show with asking everybody how they're doing, if they watch anything good this week. So take off to you guys.
I watched Blade Runner 2049.
Good for you. I'm glad.
No kidding.
Dan?
I guess I too watched Blade Runner 2049.
Wow, sorry.
Get out of here.
I don't really know what else we ended up watching this week.
What else did we watch? I watched Age of Adeline with your mom. That was really good. With
There's an
Harrison
animated
Ford.
film we saw with kids, wasn't there?
Dang, you just like cut me
More
off.
My Little Pony?
Okay. Animated? No, but our son has been watching all of the Home Alone movies, and he's obsessed. And he watches him. He has a little switch that has YouTube, and he just watches that one scene from Home Alone 2 over and over and over again.
I remember what we watched. Hotel Transylvania 4.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Very forgettable experience.
Yeah, it was not a good entry into that franchise. I think they could
Is
have
that
done
new
without.
or?
It's
Yeah.
brand new. It was post-release last year around Halloween, got pushed back, and it was not worth the watch.
No, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, we love those movies, so that's kind of a shame.
Yeah, us too. But we were really disappointed. So.
Well, it's the first one Adam Sandler hasn't been a part of, and I don't know if that was for any particular reason. I didn't look into that, but definitely felt his absence there.
Who voiced Dracula then?
It was like this improv guy that does like voices on YouTube. I don't know his name, but it's like some dude.
Nah, I'll pass.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Matt, how about you? You watch anything?
Well, you're never going to believe this, but I also watched Blade Runner 2049.
No way.
Yeah, it's a small world. But I also went to the theater and watched Scream.
Oh, cool.
The new Scream, that is, Scream 5, but we're just taking the numbers out and calling it Scream, because that's what we do in these days. It was really, yes, it was a requel. That's a movie reference if you watch the movie, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite sequel, but it wasn't my least favorite sequel of that franchise by any means. So I enjoyed it quite well.
I've heard it's been getting really good reviews, like across the board.
It's killing it. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I went and saw it too, and I'm not even a huge Scream fan. I've only seen the first one, but I went there and I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it. So even if you're not a huge Scream fan, you can still enjoy this one. So
Cool.
yeah. All right. Well, if there's no other, new additions to our movies for this week, I'm going to kick it off to my news segment. All right. So, kicking things off here, Aquaman 2 has ended production, so no more filming will be done for the movie. They're going to go into post-production now, and hopefully the movie will be coming out here soon, and no more delays. Red Notice, the Netflix movie with Gal Gadot, The Rock, and Ryan Reynolds, is now getting 2 sequels. Not 1, but 2. So everyone's returning for the movies, so it won't be like spin-offs or anything. It'll be the main 3. Pretty big news if you're a fan like I am, but Tim Allen is coming back as Santa Claus in a limited Disney Plus series. So can't wait for that. I love those movies, all 3 of them. I don't care what anyone says, but I can't wait. I'm so pumped. Following
Can I just throw in if they don't, because have you read what it's about?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't think it's spoilers. They put it out there, but it's about Santa aging and trying to find a replacement Santa. If they don't bring his son Charlie back and have him be the new Santa, I'll be very upset. Because remember how excited Charlie was in the original, and he wanted to be Santa, and at the end of the movie, he's like, I'm going to go in the family business. So if they don't bring that full circle and make Charlie Santa, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm excited, but I'm also worried that they're gonna screw it up somehow. I know some people would be like, you can't get any worse than Santa Claus 3. Well, I like that one, so I don't know. I got high hopes for it, and I love Tim Allen, so I'm happy to see him back in a big role again. So next on, we got the new Batgirl movie, which is either HBO Max exclusive or, well, I don't really know anymore. They keep changing it around. But there's a suit reveal for that, as well as more set photos have been leaking out, and
You said
I'm a
suit
huge fan.
reveal.
What did I say?
I didn't understand you, but you said there's a suit reveal.
Yes, her bat
Okay.
suit,
Okay.
Batgirl suit.
Okay.
And I said I'm a big fan of how that suit looks. It looks right out of the 60s TV show, and I think it looks great. I know people have been bashing it because it looks like cosplay, but bad cosplay, but it's the internet. But yeah, no, even the regular set photos have been looking great. I just saw another one today. It's like her on the on like a building top or something like that with goggles on. I don't know. Got me pretty excited. So kind of segueing into a whole different topic here. Real Steel, that Hugh Jackman movie, is getting a Disney Plus series now. I've never seen the movie. I know my brother liked that movie a whole lot, so I'm sure he'll be excited about the new series coming. Next up, the director of Pig, the new Nicolas Cage movie, if anyone has seen that.
Yes.
He is next in line to direct the new A Quiet Place spin-off movie. So
Really?
I wasn't really a fan of like John Krasinski not doing one of those movies, but I heard it's the Pig director. I was like, I'm cool with that. I can see him doing well with that kind of franchise. So
Do you know if the cast is coming back or the
it's
same?
a completely different thing. It's not like a mainline movie.
Oh, so it's not like A Quiet Place 3. It's like a Quiet Place spinoff.
Exactly, yeah. So everything gets a spinoff nowadays, just milk it all for money. So new news as of today, Daniel Radcliffe is to play Weird Al Yankovic in a biopic about him. So if you're a fan of Daniel Radcliffe or Weird Al Yankovic, there you go. And finally, pretty big news if you're in the Marvel sphere. The new Moon Knight trailer that came out today. That's Oscar Isaac for you, Kayla, and Ethan Hawke. That's a new thing that's coming. Looks pretty awesome.
Never even
I
heard
don't know
of it.
anything about Moon Knight, but he looks cool and he beat up some guy, and I'm a big fan of that. So, man,
I didn't know that Ethan Hawke was in it. Did you?
He is the villain actually, and I
Oh
believe
my gosh, that'll be cool.
he had a no villain rule as an actor, and he broke it for this movie. So,
but he's doing
yes,
the
yes,
what is it called?
The Black Phone or something.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's being the villain in that too.
Yeah, he is creepy.
Breaking all the rules. All right. Anyone else
Is that it?
have something to add for me? Because I'm sure I forgot something.
Jason Momoa is newly single, if anybody is interested. He's separated from his 16-year relationship to his wife.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's kind
There
of
you go,
new
Dan.
in celebrity world.
Dan, now's your chance. Jason Momoa is free.
Right in his DMs.
I know, it'd just be great to wrap my beard in his beard.
Just
nice.
braid it together.
That's how you bring that together. So Jason, if you hear this, let's
Yeah, but you kind of need a third party to braid it because you guys, that'd be really hard to braid.
That's what you're for. Yeah. So
all I'm saying is I'm there for it.
Okay. No, I did want to say, out of everything that you just said, I think the most exciting part to me was Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic, just because of what was his skit with Jimmy Fallon when he did the
rap battle.
The rap battle. I think he's got the chops for it. I'm kind of interested to see him do that. So it's going to be kind of cool.
Well, all I can think of is Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man's
Has anybody seen that movie? With
I've not seen the whole
and
thing.
Paul Dano?
Oh my God.
I mean,
I've seen parts of it.
Just that film itself, I can see him just portraying that Weird Al perfectly. So that'll be cool.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So I believe this is Dan's turn now for statistics on Blade Runner
Yeah,
2049.
we can't forget that. We can't.
Yeah,
good-
unlike Matt
good
last
You
job.
week,
obviously
written it down
can
there.
forget it, but
We can just push it off.
so yeah,
Good job
Blade Runner.
remembering, Dan.
Blade Runner 2049, that's what brings us all here today, other than, we just like each other and we like to hang out and talk, I guess. Blade Runner 2049 is a 2017 American neo-noir science fiction film directed by Denis Villeneuve. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, probably not. Written by Hampton Fancher and Michael Green. It's a sequel to the 1982 film Blade Runner. The film stars Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, some other names here, with the protagonist Jared Leto. Ford and Edward almost reprise their roles from the original film. Gosling plays K, a Nexus 9 replicant Blade Runner who uncovers a secret, threatens to destabilize society and the course of civilization. So as far as the movie goes, the budget was massive on this, 150 to 185 million. I always find it funny when they give that range and they don't have it like pinned down to exact dollar amounts, like, $35 million difference, who knows. But anyways, the box office brought in $259.2 million. So a little bit of profit on it. As far as the ratings go on this, actually like 8.1 IMDb, 89% Rotten Tomatoes, and typically between 8 and 9 on user ratings and scores. So pretty high on most people's columns. So looks like it might be something worth checking out. But how'd you guys feel about the movie?
Well, since I picked it, I'll kick it off.
Okay.
So this is actually my second time watching it. The first time I watched it, I didn't hate it. I just wasn't like enthralled by it like everybody else was. I just found myself kind of like lost and bored because it's really long. It's like 2 hours and 50 minutes, and it's not like a really quick 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's a slow burn, but I still wanted to like try it out again because I like the original Blade Runner, and I was like, the whole world is super cool to me. It's a really beautiful movie and has a lot of cool like images and scenery and everything. I like it. It just it was a bit much for me the first time I watched it, but watched it again a couple of days ago, and I found myself enjoying it a whole lot more. I was able to follow it a lot better, and yeah, I liked it a whole lot more the second time. I feel like that's one that it gets better and better with each viewing. And I think it does help that I had just watched the original Blade Runner like a couple weeks prior to watching this one again. So with all that being said, I think I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10. And that I'm only knocking it points because of how long it is, because I feel like in the middle, basically when he gets to the orphanage, I kind of like lose myself there. And it takes a little while for me to like get back into the groove of like wanting to watch it again. But I mean, other than that, there's really no complaints. Acting was great. It's awesome seeing Harrison Ford back, and he's phenomenal as always. Ryan Gosling was like really subtle, but he's also like just great like throughout the entire movie. And then the ending big fight scene was awesome as well. So I don't know, 8 out of 10 for me, I think.
I'll go ahead and jump in here for you. So watching this movie is first time watch for me. I did want to say that I thought that Harrison Ford did an excellent job. Love Ryan Gosling. I think really the parts that stood out to me in this, and I do agree with you, Seth. I feel like it was kind of like drug on a little bit, and actually in the course of reading about this movie, they had discussed potentially breaking it up into 2 films and releasing them separately, but decided to keep them all as one just to keep the message and everything together. But I think for me, the biggest thing that stood out was honestly the relationship between Joy and Ryan Gosling. One more real than the other, but in the sense one was also more real the other way than the other. It was almost strange that the one that had the physical body didn't have as much of an emotional part to him as the one that did that was virtual, or the one that was designed to be, which was Joy. It was heartbreaking to kind of see her character just like stepped on in the end and just removed from the world, and then to see him later with the big projection on the bridge, and he's looking at her and it's like, oh, let me fulfill your fantasies or whatever she was saying, and just crazy. But overall, I would have to say I was able to kind of figure out a little bit early who I thought the actual child was, the replicant child, which I feel like it's kind of easy if you're paying attention to figure out. But a couple subtle clues, things that they added to the movie I thought were kind of neat. Harrison Ford had carved all those animals, or his character Deckard, sorry, had carved all the animals. Apparently, like each one in that like was a letter for the name. Like there's a rhino. We know about the horse. Like each one like spelled out the name Rachel if you put them all together. So that's kind of neat. A lot of references to Treasure Island, which apparently were in the book as well. But apparently Harrison Ford was really excited to be a part of this. He was already like sold on the idea before really the director had gotten involved. But overall, I'd actually agree with you, right on the mark, 8 out of 10. I thought it was very well done. I thought the cinematography was beautiful. I thought they did a really good job as far as the sets and the designs and all that kind of thing. And I think one thing also I did want to bring up just very briefly, in watching the movie, you see like things like Atari. I think they had the like Pan Am and everything involved in there as well. So reading about that, they envision like not our future, but like a different future, whereas like Apple didn't come into existence. There was no Steve Jobs. The focus was really more so on technology that was just to be technology, not so much to look cool or fancy, sleek, and things like that. You'll notice a lot of technology looks kind of bulky or antiquated, kind of like to us. But that was definitely intentional. So kind of like an alternate reality kind of thing, which is kind of neat. And you try to wrap your head around that as well. But overall, good movie. Glad you picked it. And thank you for bringing this up.
Do you want me to go, Matt, or do you want to go?
Yeah, sure.
Which way?
Oh, sure, you go.
Kayla,
Okay.
let's go, Kayla.
Okay, so I'm gonna pretty much I thought about what I was gonna say about this movie. I really admire Ryan Gosling and I really admire Harrison Ford as well. I think together they were dynamic in this movie, and I really enjoyed the back and forth between the two. I had never really watched or seen anything that really was like this before. As far as like genetically modified humans, I've never seen the original Blade Runner, so this was completely new world to me, and I think this movie was everything it needed to be to get somebody into it. And I will agree that the length of the film was the only drawback of this movie, and Jared Leto. I don't really care for Jared Leto too much because he's creepy.
Who was originally supposed to be David Bowie before he passed away. They wanted him in that role.
Oh no, that would have been perfect. Oh my God, I think I would have gave this movie 1,000. But anyway, I absolutely loved where they went with this film. This is so cool. I want to see the original Blade Runner now because this universe is like so cool. I just can't get over how good this movie was. I went into it thinking that, oh my God, 3 hours is going to be so long to dedicate and to pay attention to. But every single second I enjoyed of this film, visually, aesthetically, I mean, it was all pleasing, futuristic. Like that was so cool to see, like Dan was saying, Atari, Sony, all these different things thrown in your face. But I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 as well. And the only thing being, like Seth said, was the length of this film. That's the only thing drawback. I mean, everybody was phenomenal. I want to see more of it.
Well, unfortunately, you won't because the movie didn't do as well. So they're kind of done with
So
that.
sad, but I'm going to watch the first one though.
Didn't you report like a few weeks or months back that they're making another one?
Did I?
I think you did.
Hold on. Let me review the footage.
Go to the tape.
I have all my news segments here, so give me a sec.
I'm pretty sure you did because I remember saying something about Harrison Ford has to be involved. You can't do Blade Runner without Harrison Ford.
Oh my God.
I'm almost positive you did.
I mean, I recall saying something about a Blade Runner, but I don't think it was anything like a new movie or anything. I think it was like a series or something.
It could have been series. No, but I don't think I would have thought that Harrison Ford would be involved if
I don't think
Series.
anyone previously is going to be involved. Matt, you can go on with your review. I'm gonna seek this out.
So you're gonna tune me out and completely ignore my review?
Yes, that's what I do anyway.
It's not.
It says that it's in development on a couple pages.
Well,
Well, let's go with it might happen. And just
Maybe.
Harrison Ford probably will not be involved because he's currently filming Indiana Jones 5.
And he's also like 85 years old, so.
He's
He's
79.
82.
Oh, is he 82? Maybe I'm
82.
younger.
freaking way.
Dang, he's in good shape for 82 years old.
or maybe he's 81 or something, but he's going to be 82 or something. I know they said he's going to be 82 by the time Indy 5 comes out, so he might be 81 now. I don't know.
There's an 8 in there somewhere. That's the gist of it.
He's old.
Yeah. He's old. No offense, but to all you 80-year-olds out there, may you
He's
live.
79. He is 79.
Oh my
Matt.
God. I'm
Okay,
70.
so but I still heard that he's going to be 82 when Indiana Jones 5 comes out.
I mean, that might be true.
So that's why I was thinking it's going to take him 3 years to put out Indiana Jones 5. Well, it's
The
already
way
taken.
things are happening these days, man, they might have a lot of delays in production.
Morbius was filmed in like 2019.
Yeah, if it's anything like that, he'll be 90 by the time it comes out.
It
But
will
anyway,
be 2049.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Okay, so here we go. I couldn't convince myself to watch this without watching the first one first. So I set aside extra time and gave myself extra homework, and I watched the first one first. I went and watched the original Blade Runner, and I know we're not here to talk about that, so I'm not going to go into the weeds, but I absolutely freaking loved that movie. That is a 10 out of 10 for me. Oh my God, I'm all about it. And I don't like sci-fi. Like as most sci-fi as I can usually get is about Terminator. That's about it. I don't really care for the alien thing. I don't care for, Predator. Yeah, it's just not my bag. But this I really enjoyed, and it was very 80s, but at the same time they're supposed to be in 2019 in the first movie, so it was kind of weird and trippy because like, oh, this is the year 2019, but it's obviously 1982. But anyway, said I wasn't going to go in the weeds. That aside, I then went into almost immediately after I took a short, like 30-minute break, and then jumped right into Blade Runner 2049, which is a lot because that's 3 hours, and then the original I think was 2 hours.
Yeah,
like 5 hours of Blade Runner, and I went into this thinking I'm not going to like it nearly as much as I like the original, because that was just a fluke accident. I wasn't supposed to like it as much as I did. So it got going, and it was a little bit like Seth or somebody said, it was a slow burn, but I was okay with it. And like Kayla said, it had me every scene, like every point of the way where I was following it. I didn't lose. And I think that's a lot of my problem with sci-fi movies. It's just over my head. And maybe I'm dumb, but a lot of them are just like, I can't follow what's going on. This, I was able to follow. I understood everything that was going on. I did not see, I did not see the reveal of the child. Of course, if you watch the original, you don't even know that there's going to be a child, but when you find out in the second one that there is a child, you're like, oh, okay, I know who their parents are. But I was really, and I was disappointed that it was not Ryan Reynolds. Like I was really there for that.
I was disappointed it wasn't Ryan Gosling as well.
Oh, Gossling. I did it again, didn't I? I did that one other time.
Because I did this before. Have you done this before?
I've done this before at least once on this show.
Okay, I don't feel so bad.
It's a
My
fantasy.
Ryans get confused all the time. And that's my middle name. But you would think I'd be on top of that. But
It's not-
Matthew
that's,
Ryan?
That's not his real
Yeah.
middle name.
Oh,
that is my real middle name.
No, your real middle name is Turkey, and we know that.
So anyway, Ryan
Inside joke.
okay.
Gosling, sorry. I don't even remember what I was saying. Thanks.
You were disappointed it wasn't Ryan
Oh,
Gosling.
I was
it Rachel.
disappointed, right? I was
Or
disappointed that
whatever it
it
was.
wasn't him, that he wasn't Harrison Ford's child, and I really like that intrigued me, and up until that point when it was revealed that he wasn't, I was totally like this is where this is going, which I would have been fine with, even though it was predictable. But I think that's why they did it like that, because they knew they were throwing you one way and then going to twist and take you the other way. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. Trying to think of favorite scenes. I think my favorite scene is probably the end, as cliche as that is, the fight at the end. It was, seeing Harrison Ford in action, and and Ryan Gosling as well. And I'm not a huge Gosling fan. I don't dislike him. I just am not big on him. But I've seen a few of his things, and on this show I would just watch Drive, and I really like that, and now this. So the more I see of him, the more I like, and I was totally okay with him leading this whole movie. And long story short, I give this a 8 out of 10 as well, which I think is our first all across the board same
I think
rating.
it is.
Yeah.
This was a really good pick.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yes, it was seriously really good. I probably will watch it sometime again because it's that good.
I want to watch it again as well. I want to watch first and second one too. So
Yeah, I highly recommend going back and watching the first one if you enjoyed this. And it's interesting to hear that you guys like this without seeing the first one, because I was afraid that I wouldn't get into it, and I still don't know that I would have. Like, now that I've seen them both.
Seth had said on the last episode that you don't necessarily need to watch the
Right.
first one to understand, but
No.
I think he was right, because it did give you. It talked about prior love story, and even brought back images of her. Did they use her like image for
she
the
was
design?
computer generated.
It was
when they brought
definitely
in.
her face. I don't know if the actress came back or if it
No,
was just like,
she didn't.
No,
I
no,
remember
no,
I read
no.
something that she was very upset that what Ridley Scott did to bring her back into the film, like the computer generated, she was very upset that he decided to proceed that way.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because they could have done a Marvel and brought her back and just de-age her,
I don't know if that was really in the works back in 2017. Though. I know it sounds like only 2017, but I mean,
When
heck,
did
look at
when did Star Wars come out? When they de-aged what's her face?
Rogue
Carrie
One.
Fisher.
When did that come out?
But not only that, but what was the flick where they de-aged Robert Downey? That wasn't that. That was like around that time.
But see, remember how it didn't really go over very well?
It did. Robert Downey Jr. looked like young Robert Downey Jr. What was it?
When?
Well,
What's
Rogue
that?
One was 2016.
What was that Marvel movie where he's de-aged? I can't think of that.
Is it
Was
a Spider-Man
Civil War?
movie?
It wasn't
I think it was
Spider-Man.
Civil War.
Could have been Civil War.
I don't remember that.
I think it was
I
before
don't know.
Spider-Man.
It was, yeah.
So it was around that neighborhood of years. So I mean, I think they could have easily brought her in and just de-aged her. But
I don't know.
Missed the chance.
I mean, it didn't look bad. I mean, you could
No, it
tell.
looked-
But and then
I'm
I Googled
surprised.
her, and I was like, oh, is that really her? And I was like, dang, that looked like her.
Yeah, I'm surprised to learn
But her
just
eyes
now that it
weren't
wasn't
green,
her.
though.
Wait a minute, what? A deep fake?
Her eyes weren't green.
Oh,
Oh yes, her eyes weren't
He
green.
did say that.
He said that. And
I
you know
like
what?
that
That's
smell.
actually, I was saying that this is weird, but because I felt that love story in the first movie, when that part happened, that might be my favorite scene. And it's just that one line that he just turns and says her eyes weren't green. Like, that was power. I felt that.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love that.
I do have to say one thing. I really didn't care for Jared Leto in this at all.
Yeah.
Like, he was just to me, like you could have talked about the guy who purchased the company without needing to show any of him, because it was just his parts on there were really unnecessary to me. I mean, I don't understand why he needed to have that replicant like be born and then like literally slit her.
You gotta
stomach
give
open.
him
I'm like,
credit where
"Oh."
credit is due, though, because
No,
he
it's
does for
not.
his roles do some crazy stuff, and for this one he
Yeah.
put in the opaque, was it the whatever to so that
Contact
he couldn't
lenses.
see at all.
I don't know. I didn't care for it.
But-
That's the only like that and the like I don't know. I
I
don't.
think it was just to give context that he really didn't care about what he
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
creating.
he was
Like,
just
ultimately
he
he
just
had
had
an
one
end goal, and that was
yes,
it.
yes.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
weird.
don't have a necessarily problem with his performance, but I agree with that. You could have told the same story in the same movie without his character being there, and probably have shaved 20, 30 minutes off the movie.
Yeah, maybe so.
I like Jared Leto, but I do agree. As much as I like his performance in that, I'm like, you don't need him. Like, he could have been a robotic voice for all that matters.
Yeah, that's
you know?
true. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
I don't know. It's just he's a name, so.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole appeal to it.
So, consistent 8 across the board. Does anyone else have anything to
That is
add?
awesome. Sorry.
Oh, anyone else have something to add?
No, this was good. I really.
Seth finally picked a good one.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
I
give
like
you
all my picks, but I mean, you all didn't. So,
pat on the back, Seth.
oh, real quick though, can we give a quick shout out to Ana de Armas because she's a lovely woman and a lovely human being, and she had a great performance in this. I was a big fan.
I was surprised to see her in this because I know like I would say pretty much her breakout role was Knives Out, right? Can we say like that was her big
think-
breakout role?
Big time, yeah, but this one
Okay.
definitely helped.
I didn't know she was in this film prior to like when you had just announced it, blah blah. Like I didn't really know besides Harrison Ford who was in it, but yeah, I love that she was in it because she is so cute and she brings such a personality to the screen, and it's honestly good to see her on the screen. I enjoy her acting. I think she's a really good actress. Yeah, I really liked it too. I liked the idea of Joy. And I
Yes.
was really sad to see her get crushed as well because like Dan and I were literally talking like, oh my gosh, what if like they upload her into like a replicant body and then like they are able, you know what I mean? Like able to physically touch. I don't know. Like it was sad.
That would have been powerful, but I was crushed.
Yeah.
No
us
pun
too.
intended.
We're like, no, don't stop it. And then the lady just like, and I'm like, you little.
She was bad. I liked her a lot. I don't know what her name is,
She was
but
crazy
she was BADD.
in the drowning
my God.
scene. Oh my God. I was like, girl,
not that
die.
just that scene. I think like the craziest scene just showed how ruthless she was when she walked in the morgue behind that guy.
Oh my
And
God.
he's like,
yeah,
the paper's right here. He turned around, whap, and then he's done.
Polka
Neck
dot
broke
man.
out.
When she killed what was her name, like Madam or something?
Yeah.
That was bad. She's like, what did she say? It was like, I'm gonna tell them that you shot me first, so I had no choice but to kill you. I was like,
yeah. I didn't expect her to be that kind of character when you first saw her with Ryan Gosling's character, because to me when they like shot to her face, you see some kind of like almost like sympathy or empathy in her eyes. And I don't know if that was done on purpose to trick you, but I was like, oh man, I was like, she's gonna like double cross Jared Leto's character and she's gonna end up helping Kay. And I was like, yeah. And then she just starts doing this like crazy stuff. And I'm like, girl,
almost on the other side. I'm on the other side on that. I almost felt like when they first introduced her character, they almost dehumanized her. Whereas she was more of like a virtual assistant, like a Google, but as a person. And then like the further it went, like they built up a personality into her. And then in the end, close to her end rather, is she says, what, I am the best.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love that. That was perfect. I was like, dang girl, you are the best.
Did you all notice she kind of looked like Rachel from Harrison Ford's Woman? Like, did you notice that?
Yeah.
And I thought that was I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Matt. I thought that was a play like done on purpose to make you think, oh, that was the daughter that they like said died at the orphanage. But no, it didn't turn out that way.
There's a lot of ways they could have taken that like a whole story. I prefer the whole like Ryan Gosling. I know it's really in your face, but I think that would have been really cool. Like have like a replicant human crossover. He takes up his dad's line of work without even knowing who his dad was. But I mean, I'm cool with what we ended up getting. But you know, nice to dream, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's definitely opportunities to do more of this and to explore more into, you know, that area. I don't know. It's just, I really enjoyed that whole futuristic sci-fi feel. It was honestly like nothing, like I've said, nothing like I've seen before. And it was so much fun.
I agree. Well, if you want more, that's not necessarily a movie form. They have a couple like comic spin-offs. They have they have one that's set before the first Blade Runner, and then they have one set in 2049, and I think they have another one. And it's basically the same stuff, but just in comic book form. Different characters naturally, but if you're interested in that, you can check those out. I know I want to. So
I think they also said there were 3 short films. I didn't get into reading about them. I'm not sure if they're even worth looking up. But I said there are 3 short films in between the 2.
Oh. My bad.
well, before we bore Kayla to death, let's move on. You know, so we can keep her alive. So I believe we're moving on to the tail end of this episode. So I believe it's Miss Kayla's pick for next week.
It is. All right, I'm gonna scoot in here a little
Just
bit.
remember, you guys asked your number.
Dos.
Okay, so I couldn't decide on a movie. So after seeing this, I was like really into Ryan Gosling movies. Like I like Ryan Gosling. I think he's a great actor. I don't think I've seen anything that I've disliked him in. And then I was also like I was flipping through Netflix, looking at movies, and I came across a film that I'd never seen, but I've always wanted to watch. So I needed some help. So I texted everybody in the group and was like, hey, pick a number 1 or 2. So I set these 2 movies as 1 or 2. So 2 was the pick that got picked. So this movie, and we're continuing with Ryan Gosling, you guys. He is in this next film. So this is a film I think came out in 2010 or 2011. It is called Blue Valentine. I'm not sure if anybody has seen it.
I've heard of it.
So this is going to be a lot different than what we've ever watched. The only thing that's kind of close to it is Beautiful Boy. It is a very hard emotional movie to watch. So it may take a little out of you, but it is a really important film to see and to kind of understand the perspective of each character and going into, you know, situations and what ultimately does to a relationship, to a marriage. Like I said, I watched this film, I think it was 2010, 2011, and it was beautiful. It was sad. It was heartbreaking. I think it's Michelle Williams that's in this. She's phenomenal in this. Moving. It's completely moving. I can't say anything else other than it's a very hard film to watch. So take some time to process before and after you watch it. It may drain you. I don't know. You might want to turn on a happy film after the fact. But again, with the Ryan Gosling kick, you know, you got to see him in different things to really appreciate the true talent that he is. And yeah, that's my pick.
So where's it?
It's available on Amazon Prime Video.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on there.
Well, deal.
Very cool.
Yeah. Does that mean I'm hosting next week?
That
what that
does
means.
mean that.
Oh God, I gotta turn on my hosting personality.
Alrighty.
full
Well, anyone
swing.
else want to add anything before we close out today?
Let's think. Oh, we're gonna watch Last Night in Soho tomorrow.
Cool. I almost bought that again this morning, but I have not bought it yet.
It's now available to rent, so that's why we're gonna watch it.
Who wants to rent? You gotta own everything.
I don't want to spend $20 on it and then not like it and then own it and then I'm like, I spent $20 instead of $5.99 or
I've
whatever.
done that numerous times, and I hate myself every single day.
But I really like Anya Taylor-Joy, so that's like one of the main reasons I'm watching this film. So
Yes. I see your Instagram stories. I know how much you like her.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. I might not skip over those ones. I might look at them a little bit longer. It's nothing.
But
No.
yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. What else were we gonna try to watch tomorrow? Oh, there's this other movie that I saw. What's it called? Actually, hold on, because this looks really cool. Hold on, I gotta tell you guys about this. I think I took a picture of it.
Is it a picture of me?
No, it is not. I would not disclose that information to the public, Seth. No,
What?
I'm just kidding. No, I know
There's
that came
something
out
going
really
on
weird.
that
I don't know
I
what
need
just
to be
happened
aware
there,
of.
No,
but
that came out really weird. I meant
We'll
like
cut this out right now.
no. I didn't
We'll
mean
take
it
it outside to
I didn't
Virginia or
mean it
whatever.
like that. Oh my God, where did I see the
Let's
film?
do it.
It's on Vudu, but it's free on Vudu with ads. And I know Seth's not going to watch it because he said he doesn't watch anything with ads, which is like such a Gen Z thing to say, but we won't get into it.
First world
Oh
problems.
my God, what is it called? What is it called? God something. Anyway.
Godzilla.
No, it's called like, it's a South Korean film, but it's about a man who passes away and he meets death, but death is going to relive all the moments with him in his life and determine whether those moments were done in good or bad. It actually sounds really, really interesting. It's something, yes, Along with the Gods. That's what it's called, Along with the Gods. It looks so good. It has the one dude from Squid Games in it. It has the guy that was in Train to Busan. Have you guys ever watched Train to Busan?
Oh my God, really good.
Yeah, that's
zombie-
actually like a really
zombie
good
flick.
film. He was in Eternals. He played the puncher dude. I don't remember
I
his
haven't seen
name.
that either.
No, freaking way. You said you saw Eternals.
No, I didn't.
You lie. You said you saw
You did say
No.
you saw it.
You did
No,
say
I
you said
didn't.
it was.
Review the footage. I did not say that.
Oh my God, I swear I'm not making this
I
up.
said I have no desire to watch that.
I could have swore it was right around the time when James Bond came down and Venom, and you were like, you should see James Bond out of all those or something like that. Something.
I probably did say that because you should have seen James Bond instead of Eternals.
We still want to watch it though. We do. We do. I want to see Daniel Craig on my screen. Just saying.
Ana de Armas is
He
in that
gets
too.
so annoyed when I say stuff like that.
Don't worry, Dan. Ana de Armas is in there. There's something there for you too.
Oh, cool beans.
And she's
Oh,
a joy in that as well. And I did
Oh,
not
is
mean that.
she? Oh.
Yeah.
See,
She's very like upbeat and excited, and she's great.
and Daniel Craig's like, pew, 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 pew.
She's more
Right?
stoic
With
than
his
that.
eyes like
Piercing blue eyes.
piercing blue eyes. Yeah, that's
He does got some blue eyes.
something right there.
Anyway, off the segue of 007. If you hear any screams, my mom's watching a horror movie, so I apologize.
What's she watching?
What's it called? Hold on. They just bought a bunch of these like indie horror movies. My parents did. The Devil Below is what they're watching.
The
I
Devil
wouldn't know.
Below.
Came out in 2021. It's got Will Patton in it and a bunch of other no names.
Well, Patton's good.
Yeah, I like Will Patton.
What's it called?
but
The
yeah.
Devil Below?
Yes. I think it's like $5 on Vudu if it's even on sale still.
I don't watch scary movies.
I don't watch many, but she loves them, and yeah.
Really? She
So-
likes scary movies? I would have never got that.
I'm with her,
She
man.
More
likes-
power to her.
Scary movies are
She
good.
likes
We can
a
watch
good
a lot.
time. So
It's my kind of woman right there.
she's taken. Sorry, Matt.
Watch out, Daryl.
Watch out, Daryl.
All right.
Okay,
Well, on that
Daryl's
note,
gonna come busting through the
Um,
door. Matt.
I might be wrong. It might be because of camera angle, but Daryl seems like a very tall gentleman.
he is not.
He's not.
He is like 5'11".
I don't know though. I
So-
still think he
That's
could
kind of
take Nat
tall.
like no.
I'm
time.
5 foot, so 5'11" is tall to me.
I mean, everybody's tall to you.
Yeah, everybody.
She walks in up by amusement rides and there's like little things. They're like, you must be this tall to ride. She's always like, "Ah."
Well, I also wear shoes that are like this big on purpose.
I noticed that.
Still
yeah.
doesn't
Is that
reach
why?
out.
Huh.
What do you like, George Costanza with his Timberlands?
LOL.
No, I don't know how you notice I wear high shoes.
Yeah.
That's actually
How
kind
much
of
You
stalking
post
are you
about them
doing?
on your Instagram. You're like, oh my gosh, went shopping. Look what I bought. Like, yes,
Are
queen,
you
or
de-
whatever you say.
You're definitely
Oh,
like
yeah.
studying these pictures.
I go
way too
shopping
hard, bro.
every day, so that is nothing new for me.
Yeah, bro, you better have some money, Chief, if you're coming after my wife. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not coming after your wife.
No, I meant like I don't even know what I even said at this point, but it was nothing to that. I don't know.
I
No,
remember.
actually, yeah, I do have a picture for Seth that's on my phone. Actually, hold on.
Nope, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Hold on, let me get my little old lady look on my phone. Wait, how far?
At this point, boys and girls, we're just going off all up in them weeds.
Yeah, that's fun though. Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Get that picture out of your phone.
It's saved
No.
in my favorite photos.
That's it. You've earned it. Mad Max 3 is my next pick.
No.
Can't
You
take
like-
it back now. It's already been said.
Who's the Brad Pitt fan here?
Me.
Seth? Okay.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about why I'm asking that.
Are you making another X'd out picture or something? Are you just
What?
gonna
No,
X
we
out
like
all of my
Brad Pitt.
favorite
We
actors?
stand Brad Pitt here.
I'm warming up to him. I'm warming up to
Yeah,
him.
he's good.
I don't dislike him as much as I used to.
That's
Yes, sir.
that's a good start. And that's the same with Keanu too, right, Seth? You're
No.
warming up?
No.
No, I'll just watch his entire filmography, but no.
I
I'm
admit
really
to nothing.
disappointed.
I admit to nothing.
Give me all the Keanu movies, but I hate him. I will not watch Keanu, but I will buy
No,
every
and I'm
single
like,
one of
I'm
them.
really annoyed that new TV series that's coming out with him in it, his first TV series. I'm like, that sounds freaking interesting.
You didn't report that,
No.
but it's
Yeah, what's it
Keanu
about?
and I
I don't
saw
remember.
that. It's him and who was it? Leo?
No,
Somebody.
Leo is like an executive producer. I think Martin Scorsese's a producer as well, but yeah, they're not involved in it. Like, besides that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if they're funding it, I mean, it's probably going to be really good.
Maybe.
Wow. And then they're talking about bringing him in for a Marvel character potentially.
They've been saying that for years.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Oh my gosh, and I'll have to say something because there's been so many rumors about cameos for Doctor Strange's new movie, and I swear, I love Doctor Strange. That's my favorite character. So of course I'm going to go see this movie. But if they do a variant of Iron Man with Tom Cruise as Iron Man, I will scream and run out of the theater. I will.
I'm there for it. I want to see it. That'd be great.
I hope to goodness they don't. That would ruin the film.
What's it
for me.
gonna hurt?
It
He's
really
not gonna
would.
replace Robert Downey Jr. It's a variant.
Yes, but I don't want to see Tom Cruise in a Marvel movie, let alone see his face.
What if Tom Cruise pops up and he's like, he says like, I am, and he gets shot in the head or something. Like, how would you feel about that?
I wouldn't be against it.
But see, you wouldn't know that it happened because you would see his face and you'd be like, ah, and run out.
Speaking of, wasn't he already in a Marvel movie when he got electrocuted in Deadpool?
That was
Brad
Brad
Pitt.
Pitt.
They're both the same people.
Oh my God, no, they are
No,
not.
they're not. Brad Pitt is a good man. Tom Cruise is a piece of crap.
Hey, but Tom
And
Cruise
Tom Cruise
is a good actor.
ugly, and Brad Pitt is not ugly.
Hey, they both are.
But Tom Cruise is a good actor.
Brad Pitt is a great
Tom
actor.
Cruise has his moments. He really does. I don't really like anything newer he's been in. 90s movies and 80s movies, I think, are his groove.
Did you watch
but
Mission
anything-
Impossible 7?
No. The
3?
first Mission
Armas
Impossible
in it.
came out in
That's-
1996.
You would think if there was a Mission Impossible
five.
1, then by the second, third,
it
fourth,
wouldn't.
fifth
It would
one,
not be
that
possible.
the mission's not possible. Yeah, but if
Right, but
apparently-
you would think the movies would get worse, like kind of Fast and Furious. But let me
But they
just tell
don't.
you, these movies, for some reason, they have no right to be as good as they are. They just keep getting better, and it doesn't make any sense.
So hear me out. Next Fast and Furious movie, only based in the sewers. You have to flush the toilet to get the car to go faster.
They run on.
I'd actually probably
Dude.
enjoy that more because Fast 9 was not good.
Did not
Maybe
watch
they have
that.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in it too. Like they have a cameo because we do
Dinosaurs.
that in Fast and Furious now.
No,
like,
but Dom has
whatever.
like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle baby,
and he knows.
then it
yeah,
takes on.
yeah. He goes down. He's like, "You're my family now."
Oh my God, yes. And then it
Tom
takes
Cruise
on,
hair.
it's like,
It's a
oh my
crazy
God,
movie.
sit down. No, you could probably write it, and he would probably star in
Yeah,
it.
his twin brother's there. He's got a full afro. He's ready to rock. He's like, "I'm faster than Dom ever be, man." And that's just how it goes.
Dom's twin brother's like, we're not family.
Wait,
That's
hold
no
up.
rivalry.
Didn't John Cena play Dom's brother?
Yes,
Or
they
am I,
have a
like,
third brother
imagining
that
this?
just never popped up previously.
What?
So, yeah, no, I have like a third brother that just never popped up previously. They're just like, you know what? They were triplets. all
Third
along.
brother? Does he have a second brother?
Yeah, John Cena.
He has a first brother. Then
Who's
Diesel
his first
We're
brother?
is
moving
his
fan
second
fiction
brother.
here, Matt. Fan
What?
fiction.
Yeah, man.
I understand that we're saying, but in the movies, John Cena's his only brother, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just
So far.
you.
So
I
far.
haven't seen 9, so I'm
I
trying-
haven't seen it either. Is he
If
Don't
there's
watch
adopted?
it.
9,
Is he
Do not
adopted?
watch it. No,
Is John Cena's not adopted to Vin Diesel?
no.
They're actually
They're
related.
blood brothers.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Well, that's totally off. We're going backwards. Mission Impossible
I would never.
keeps getting better with every
Yes.
movie, and it doesn't make sense, but it's good.
What's the
Give
last
me
one we
more
saw?
Henry Cavill in those movies. I don't care
Is that-
how it
wait,
works.
What was that? Number 6 was Henry Cavill.
Think so.
Wasn't it 7? I don't know all the numbers.
I think it was
We
6.
watched the one with Henry Cavill. I mean, okay, they're not awful. They're not. Tom
I feel like
Cruise.
just like James Bond, you gotta kind of be in that mindset.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
This is the kind of
yes.
movie I'm gonna watch.
You got to be
and
in
there
for
it
the
is.
ride. Yes. Yeah. No, I totally agree.
And if you're a fan of Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, hey, Interview with a
Yeah,
Vampire.
that's true.
No.
That's true. That is one of my
No.
favorites.
That's a
I
great
actually
movie.
love Tom Cruise in that movie.
Yeah.
Love. See, I mean, I'm open to,
The only
80s.
time I've ever watched that was at Dan's house, old house. Probably, I don't know how many years ago, but I watched it at his house with him and his parents, and I enjoyed it.
Good.
It was okay.
It's phenomenal. Oh, Seth, I'm gonna punch you.
Honestly,
No,
you
it's
don't.
not. It's fantastic.
You don't know art when you see it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, you have Brad Pitt. Oh my God. I can't even. And then you have Antonio in it too,
I know Antonio Banderas.
playing as a
Okay.
vampire. Oh my
And what's
God.
her name?
Who?
Kirsten Dunst.
Claudia?
Yes, Kirsten Dunst when she's
Yes.
really young.
As Claudia, yeah. I don't know.
Was
That's
that her first role?
I don't know.
If not, definitely one of her first. She was very, very young.
that's a great film.
It makes you think that perhaps they actually all are vampires, except for Kirsten Dunst.
They
'cause
really
she's
don't
the only
age.
one that's aged.
Tom Cruise has aged.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
Nah,
He
man.
has aged
That man.
ugly.
That man has stayed the same the entire time.
No, he's
I
ugly.
mean, when you abandon your family, you had no other stresses. So what are you gonna age from?
When you believe that aliens are in your brain controlling your body and your soul,
Did he say that?
he believes in Scientology, Seth.
I know that. I don't know about Scientology. All I know is it's like a weird cult where you
It
can't have a
is a
family
cult.
that doesn't believe in Scientology.
Good, don't. Stay away. It's
I plan on
a
it.
pyramid scheme. Yeah.
What a way to end this show. We started
Those
off
are
like
some
we were
good movie
cruising through
suggestions.
Blade Runner, and we were just like,
No, but this
bam.
is actually nice to genuinely talk because then you find out more interest of one another,
Plus,
this is-
anybody that watches this gets into the first 5 minutes like, I'm done. I'll come back to this later, and then they never do. So,
Well, if they get into this is actually
did
gotta
anybody
be fun.
ever comment on our last video? No.
No. I'm pretty
So-
sure. I'm pretty sure no one watched the whole thing. I'll admit, I only watched the whole thing once, and that was as I was editing. Usually, I'll go back and rewatch again, but no.
Oh
not this
yeah,
time.
when you were editing, and then Kayla did that thing.
Yeah, she got the giggles. But I think, and since no one's watching anyway, it doesn't make much difference. We'll just keep going. I think I'm going to move the days of the show, maybe effective this week. The reason so if you are watching this by any stretch of the imagination, you could be watching this on Thursday rather than Sunday. And my thought process behind that is, while it crunches me more for having to get everything edited in 2 days because we record on Tuesdays, it just seems like a lot of times as I'm editing, there's just way either more news that has happened that we don't cover until like a week later, and like but our episode just came out, like, so something big will have just happened on Saturday, and then our episode comes out Sunday and we don't touch it at all. Or the news that we report, I'm not even gonna lie, it's fully based around the news. The news that we report is so much has happened since then that no one even cares about it anymore. So like I was thinking a 2-day turnaround is a little better. We could just release episodes on Thursdays instead of Sundays. Because again, maybe 8 people watch us, and thank you to those 8. But I think we can, they can still watch it on Sunday, but that way, at least by the time we're still kind of current. And then if something happens after Thursday, then we're not expected to really report it, So it
I like that.
Just a thought.
No, that sounds like a good idea. So that means we have to be on our, as I friggin' say this, our best behavior, so you don't have to edit out too much.
No more giggles.
Well, I watch the whole thing as I'm editing anyway, because I'm constantly putting up pictures. I don't know how often you guys actually watch the show after we record it, but I'm constantly putting up pictures and video, like as we're talking, like all throughout the last episode of The Edge, I was putting up video of Anthony Hopkins and the bear and stuff like that. And when Seth does the news, I put up pictures of whoever he's talking about. So I just watch.
It's literally like it. But the thing with when Seth's news segments come on, like Seth will open his mouth to say something, and it cuts the audio, and it just goes to a picture, and then it comes back, and then Seth's about to say something else, and it cuts the audio, and it goes to a picture.
It doesn't do that.
That was on my old internet, Dan. Thank you very much.
Before you upgraded.
Before your super blazing
Before your
past.
Christmas present.
Yeah, your Christmas present.
My lovely mother bought that for us. It's
Aw.
great.
That was really nice.
That was really nice.
It was very heartfelt.
Shout out to Mama Curtis.
She wanted you to have
We
some
need to get her on a
friends.
full
She ended
episode
up
at
with
some
a-
point. I know she watched Blade Runner with me, and I know she really, really enjoyed it. I was hoping she would join us tonight, but
Oh
she
yeah, that
watched
would have
a
been
scary movie, so
Hey, priorities. I'm right there with her.
scary movie.
yeah. All right, well, if that's all we have to chit chat about, then Matt, you want to send it home?
Yeah, usually we do this after we stop recording.
I know, right? That you got the preview of what we would normally do afterwards.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great week. Tune in to watch
Blue Valentine.
Blue Valentine. Sorry, it's in my defense. It's been like a half hour since you announced it.
With Ryan Reynolds. No, Ryan Gosling. Yes.
Yes, with one of the Ryans. Blue Valentine on Amazon Prime. Everybody have a great week, and as always, love one another. See you guys.